Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium plans to reopen with some restrictions come Monday. This morning, 3 News Now got a look at some of the changes and how the zoo is preparing to handle the crowds. Reporter Phil Bergman was there. He is live now at the Henry Dorley Zoo with more tonight. Phil?
Good evening. The zoo plans to limit capacity at around 20%, which is about 3,000 people at a time. The zoo is opening in a way that practices safety and social distancing while giving guests an experience with the animals.
So you'll see reminders about these everywhere around the zoo.
Omaha's Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium is gearing up for its opening next week.
We have to see how this is going to go. This is very different for us too. It's our first pandemic. It's our first restriction on grounds, and so we've got to see how it goes too.
Dennis Pate is the zoo's director. He said the zoo is projected for year-end to lose $26 million and is estimating losing 50% of its attendance from June 1st through the end of the year.
It's a little odd. It feels a little like I'm looking at history while I'm living through it.
With a June 1st start date, the zoo made changes to keep guests safe. On the ground, paw prints will show 6 feet of social distancing. Bathrooms are now family only, one family at a time, and the ticketing process will look a little different.
They'll get a ticket on their cell phone, and then they can read it right through there. So there's really minimal transition.
Just under 1,400 guests will come in at each pre-assigned half-hour time slot. Reservations are limited to 2 days in advance. New maps around the grounds show what's opened and will direct guests down a predetermined walking path.
Again, you go in here, right here, you'll go all the way around the zoo and you'll come out over here.
As of now, the indoor attractions remain closed. As well, some food venues will be open. The zoo says the June opening is the first phase of its reopening plan.
But we wanted to just start slow. It's hard to go back, it's easy to go forward.
Masks are not required to wear when going to the zoo, but the zoo says it's strongly encouraged for guests to wear when entering their facilities. Coming up tonight at 6:30, I'll have more on what the Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium is doing to keep guests safe and practice social distancing. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.